Hey there, Greenbrier. Welcome to this week's edition of Behind the Numbers. This week, we're going to be taking a look at angle of attack. If we use what we learned last week, right, our golf swing is on a three-dimensional plane. I am moving both horizontally or laterally in the golf swing, and I'm also moving vertically in the golf swing. If club path is the measurement of the degree that we're swinging on that horizontal plane, angle of attack is the degree that we're swinging relative to the golf ball and the plane that it's sitting on vertically, okay? So, if I have a perfectly flat lie here, and I am just brushing the ground as I make contact with the golf ball, not breaking that plane, my angle of attack is gonna be very neutral. It's gonna be somewhere close to zero. If I'm swinging down underneath that plane, right, and I'm swinging down into the ground, my angle of attack is gonna be negative. As I move upwards throughout my golf bag and I have this ball teed up with something like a driver and I'm hitting upwards on the ball, positively on that plane, I'm gonna have a positive angle of attack, okay? Why is this important? Angle of attack is a huge contributor to other statistics that we see, such as spin rate, launch angle, peak height, and ultimately carry distance, okay? Ideally, as I move upwards throughout my golf bag, I want my angle of attack to increase positively, okay? So, with my highest lofted club, right, I have a 60 degree here. If I have a positive or neutral angle of attack with a 60 degree, that ball is going to be launching into the air extremely high. It's going to be affected by a bunch of factors such as wind and whatever else, right? So, ideally, I'm trying to flight this golf ball down and generate a ton of spin, which is not only going to help me hold greens, but it's going to help optimize my carry distance. So, with a lob wedge, I'd like to be anywhere from 6 or 7 degrees negative into this golf ball with my angle of attack. Something sort of like this. Okay? Now, if I move into something like driver here, and I swing 6 degrees down on it with a driver, my driver has 9 degrees of loft, okay? Effectively, the more negative I swing, I am reducing that loft, right? So, if I swing 6 degrees down with driver, my ball flight's gonna come out really, really low and generate a ton of spin, and it's not gonna help me optimize my carry distance, right? As opposed to if I'm hitting positive with my driver, I'm gonna help launch that ball into the air and decrease my spin, which is gonna help me fly it as far as I possibly can. So, it should look something like this. Okay, so I was about 4 degrees up on it, hit it a little thin, but again, I'm trying to launch this ball into the air as high as I can and decrease that spin, which is going to help me fly it as far as possible. Hope that helps you guys. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of Behind the Numbers. We will see you guys next week.